Right, this is Josh Wright after Ebbsfleet 2, Chesham 1. How would you personify that performance, Josh?
Loads that I was really pleased with, Jazz. Loads that I was pleased with. I asked for a fast start, an aggressive start, and that's exactly what we got. It's going to start sounding a little bit tedious to some, but it's the same situation of how well we played in spells. It's killed a game off, you know, whether that be early, whether you go get 1-2 and a third, and I don't want to sound greedy, but 1-2, maybe 3. But then even when, in fairness to Chesham, they had some moments, had some spells, and they started to have a little bit of possession. But that's what happens when you don't take chances and you don't capitalise on territory and possession and dominance. It gives teams, I've done it, I've been there and played it for 15, 20 years, and I don't mean that in any way, shape or form disrespectful or big time, but I've played the game. I know what it's like when you're under a bit of pressure and teams don't make the most of it and capitalise. It gives you something. It gives you a bit of energy and it gives you a bit of a leg up thinking, well, hang on, they've not taken their chances here. All of a sudden they're going to get a bit frustrated, or they're going to, one little moment the opposite end, it's going to make them a little bit nervy. But listen, on the whole, some really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. And we could have scored and should have scored many, many more. I'm frustrated with the goal we concede, again with the timing. We seem to have conceded a few goals this season that are at poor times and frustrating times. And a poor goal to concede from our part because we knew set plays, they might be a threat. But listen, on the whole, it's another victory. It should have and could have been a lot more comfortable. We gave them opportunities that they shouldn't be getting, which is for me to look at and dissect and to work on and to show the boys. But another victory, another 3 points, another game at home where we're unbeaten and another win. And it's another positive day.
You conceded that goal in time added on at the end of the first half. It was a terrible goal to concede.
Yeah.
It was from the man taking the corner, slipping over to the ball going into the back of the net. It was a comedy of errors. That must have changed your half-time team talk quite a lot, because whatever you said at half-time must have had a powerful effect, because you could have come into the dressing room at half-time feeling really quite down about that, but they came out on the front foot and you got yourself back in front again.
Well, in all honesty, Chaz, my half-time team talk was exactly the same as my pre-match team talk, in terms of start aggressive. Nothing's changed now. We're level. We should be 2 or 3 up, or could be. Yes, they've had a couple of moments, in fairness to them, so I say that with respect, but it did change a little bit, and it's frustrating because it's not the first time. It's not the first time that we've gone in where we should be going in more up than what we were, or should be winning at least, obviously, in terms of today and 1 or 2 other times, but conceding at a poor time. But I just asked for the same. I asked for an aggressive start. I asked for tempo. I asked for pressure. I asked for dominance, and I wouldn't say it was as good as what the first half was in terms of those first few minutes, but we asked questions and we got the goal. So you say about their goal, and I think they're twitching in terms of, do they deliver? The kid's going to deliver. They're getting shouts out. They bring another one out, and in fairness, they've got a way about them in terms of set plays. And we know they had a long throw, and we know they're big boys in terms of a few of their defenders, and 1 or 2 others have got on the pitch, and we knew they were going to be a threat. And again, I don't want to say too much, but a part of my team talk today and my build up in this week was set plays are going to be big, and I'm frustrated we've conceded from a set play. But listen, on the flip side of things, we've reacted again, and I know I say this quite a lot when I sit in front of you guys, and in the change room then I said, this group, my group here, and it's a credit to them, it's not me, it's them, I've got something about them in terms of reaction. When something doesn't quite go their way, or something goes against them, like Tuesday night, which I didn't want to dwell on too much, but our dominance Tuesday night was superb. We were absolutely incredible Tuesday night, barring a lapse of concentration again from a set play, which we've been strong defensively set plays. But in terms of our territory and our chances, and we can talk about the penalty miss and 1 or 2 other things, we were fantastic Tuesday, and it should have been a minimum of a point, and the point would have been disappointing. And that's how dominant we were. But they've reacted again. I set them a challenge, and I don't want to go into what challenge I've set them for the next so many games and week, if you like. But they've reacted again, and they've picked up another 3 points, and that's the positive. It was a tough evening, afternoon/evening, I should say, with the rain coming down second half. 1 little slip, 1 little ricochet and moment and misfortune, if you like, or bad fortune can go against you, but they didn't. They stood up to the plate. The squad, boys coming on, the whole group in terms of the starting 11 and the boys that were on the bench who come on, didn't come on, and the ones who are still injured or weren't involved today. But even a little moment, and people won't notice what I'm about to say or won't quite realise, Dallow comes on with about 5 minutes to go or in stoppage time, and I needed someone big, I needed someone dominant, a man, and he comes through with a big header in and around the centre circle / near our 18-yard box, and he wins a great header. And it's those sort of moments, it's those things that you need, and that's what the squad's about. And the squad have stood up because we've had some difficult injuries in terms of the same positions and same areas of the park. And we're on a really, really good run in terms of form and in terms of points that we've picked up in recent weeks, as well as some cup games with it. And that's down to the squad because we've had a bare, not so much bare bones, but players that have missed in certain positions that others have stepped up and not quite maybe they're in that most natural position. I thought Josh Passley over the last couple of games was superb after missing a spell. And he was really good again today. But the whole lot of them stood up again and put in a really good performance and picked up a good 3 points.
Tuesday night, you're at home to Horsham, a side promoted into the league at the end of last season. For you to get another 3 points, back-to-back home wins would be massive, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Listen, I don't, and I haven't looked at. I will, but I haven't looked at the results yet. I don't often look at the league table, and I mean that when I say that because I've got quite a mind that can mathematically work things out and quite realise or know where we'd be sitting with the odd little look, but realise what it is. So I'll see the results today. But Horsham, I've already jumped on Horsham. I've already seen them. I've already been watching them. I try to get a game or two ahead, as well as doing obviously the work we need to do for the next opponent, which obviously we've done for today and we do for every game. But Horsham are a decent side. Make no bones about it. They might have only just been promoted, but we're seeing the teams that are in and around the top, and we're seeing the way the league's playing out. And they're a good side, Horsham. But they're coming to a tough place. They're coming to a place that, I don't know, someone might correct me here, but there can't be many better home records than what we've got, not just in the league, but throughout the country, because we're doing really, really well at home. I repeat myself again, we need to balance that away from home, which I feel we have or slowly starting to do, because our performances away from home in recent weeks have been fantastic, with obviously the victory that we had away at Tottenham, but we deserved a lot more on Tuesday night, which I've already touched upon. But we'll make this obviously another difficult night for Horsham, but we'll have to be right at it because they are a good side. I've seen their threats, I've seen what they're about, and I've also seen, obviously, like every side, their weaknesses. But we'll have our game plan. We'll recover right now. As you said to the boys now, it's now. It's not tomorrow, it's not Monday, it's not Tuesday. It's now when the prep starts to be able to be ready to be able to beat Horsham on Tuesday night or wherever our next opponent is. And it's their recovery now. It's doing it right tonight, or as of now, tonight, tomorrow, coming into Monday when we come back in, and then going into Tuesday, which is another big night here. And hopefully we can back it out with another positive performance. And if so, we'll have a good chance of getting a positive result, taking it into obviously another away day next Saturday.
Just to touch on finally one point you mentioned earlier about you've not quite got that killer touch in terms of finishing sides off, and maybe missing some of those goal opportunities that you're creating. Is there a part of you that thinks maybe you need something else added to your attacking threat, maybe another option that you've not got in-house at the moment?
Well, what I would say is I've got full faith. I've got full faith in what I have already in terms of my forward options. But what I would also say on top of that is it's not just the forwards that you're looking at. Of course, forwards are always the ones that need to be in the goals and you need them to be your top goal scorers, or most naturally they are. But I need everyone to chip in. So it needs to be set plays. It needs to be moments from midfielders. It needs to be whoever gets that chance. Of course, I want my forwards to have more goals, and they will, because they're top players. They're top players at this level and levels above, and they have been and they will be. But it will come. It will happen. It will happen for us. Cozza's got one today, and I told him before the game he gets at least one as he walked out the change room, and he'll tell you that. I'm not sure if he's been on here and he already has, but I told him he'd get one. And the goals will come. The goals will come for them, and that's another one for another striker. And I've got some nice options in there, and it's down to us to keep working with them on the training ground, which we are. And it's down to them to take one. You know the old saying of the old London, the red buses, the London buses, when one comes along, about 3 or 4 come when you're waiting, and that's a true fact. And a true fact as well in my history, or my experience, I should say, of playing football, is when a striker suddenly gets one and becomes hot, just momentum and that feeling, like we talk about teams' performances and results, that role of it coming, that's what will happen. And I don't think it's far away. But at the same time, if we can keep backing it up with our performances in terms of our defensive record, which is the whole team, not again the defenders. We talk about defensive record. It's not just your goalkeeper, your defenders. It's the whole team, and that's why our defensive record is very good, because of our shape and our discipline and everything we do in possession and out of possession. But once the goals start hitting in terms of the strikers, they'll start rolling, and I've got full faith in them, and we'll see how we go over the next month or two.
Well, congratulations on this afternoon, and good luck on Tuesday.
Cheers, Jess. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.